Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishi Sarvada Om Ganganapate Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namaste Say, Namaste Say, Namaste Say, Namo Namaha Om Gunatito Aksharam Brahma Bhagavan Purushottamaha Jano Janandidam Satyam Uchate Bhava Bandhanat Om Bhagavate Shri Swaminarayanaya Namaha Shri Lakshmi Narayanaya Namaha Shri Radha Krishnaya Namo Namaha Shri Uma Maheshwara Swamine Namaha Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 9th of December 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan residing in the heart of every being. We are continuing to examine the 6 urmis. Urmi meaning the waves of experience that we have in our life. So many are coming and going, coming and going. So I'm going to continue today to go further in the urmi, meaning the wave of emotion that we call fear, bhai. I'm going to do a little screen share here with you so you can see some of my notes on this. It's a very fascinating subject to even study, but of course, in reality, in life, this is a big affliction in so many people's lives. So we want to understand bhai, meaning fear, within the Advaita Vedanta framework. Okay, so this is some of the language is a little dense, but I'm going to break it down for you very carefully. Please try to follow along. So the title of the paragraph that you see here is From Phenomenal Disturbance to Non-Dual Understanding. What does that mean? Phenomenal disturbance means my experience. I feel fear, I feel afraid, I feel this, I feel that. That's called phenomenal in philosophy. It's a disturbance inside. So we want to transition from the state of phenomenal disturbance to non-dual realization. So in Advaita Vedanta, the phenomena of bhai is not treated as a mere psychological episode, but as a multifaceted distortion arising from avidya. What a beautiful way to understand this. A multifaceted distortion. That says it all. That says everything about this. Because there are so many facets to bhai, to fear. So many facets, so many ways. But what is it? It is a distortion. It's not the Atma. It is arising from avidya. Otherwise, fear would mostly disappear except the functional part. That, like a certain response we have for protection of the body, things like that. Other than that, all of the psychological fear will completely disappear. And that's what we're looking for. So, what is fear? Fear is a multifaceted distortion arising from avidya and the power of maya, illusion, the power of Brahman. Advaita Vedanta fundamentally posits, meaning proposes, the non-dual reality of Brahman, the infinite, undivided consciousness that underlies all apparent multiplicity. Please be clear about the meaning here. We want to go slow. What is Brahman? Brahman, sometimes it is pronounced Brahma or Brahman. The end sound is there also at the end. An infinite, undivided consciousness, reality, that underlies all apparent multiplicity. The multiplicity that is in our experience, the outside apparent world and the internal world, where bhai, meaning the fear, is part of that multiplicity, is only apparent. So within this ontological view, meaning view of being, that what exists is Brahman, fear, like other vrittis, there's so many vrittis. Vritti meaning mental modifications. It is a momentary perturbation on the calm substance of pure consciousness. These paragraphs are written pretty heavy language, so I'm breaking it down. This is the new book I'm working on Advaita Vedanta. This is a volume 2, actually. The first one is nearly done. So this one is connecting the various philosophical ideas. It's really for people who are like really deep into like philosophical ideas. But I'm sharing something here with you. You can see how profound this one paragraph is. बहुत ही इसमें बहुत ज्ञान है. It's a great amount of knowledge and wisdom is here. So, vrittis are mental modifications. And there is momentary perturbation meaning disturbance, on the calm substance of pure consciousness, calm substrate of pure consciousness. The conceptualization of fear as an urmi operating within the domain of Maya allows us to understand its impermanence, fluid nature, and its ultimate reality when measured against the non-dual self. The conceptualization of fear, because that's a concept also. It's a concept in our minds. This is a concept that has come from thousands of years back, that it's a concept based on their experience that we're giving language to, and we're calling it bhai or fear, like this. It's a conceptualization. So the conceptualization of fear as an urmi, that fear is conceptualized, is thought over about. It is described as an urmi, as a wave, which is operating within the domain of Maya. Amazing, absolutely tremendous. These urmis are operating within the domain of Maya, allowing us to understand its impermanence. So the wisdom comes, the jnana comes, that the bhai is also impermanent. Don't get so overwhelmed by that. You can see in here, as we probe this, there is so much great guidance given. The guidance is when we contemplate that things are impermanent. The bhai, sometimes it comes, if it happens, it will subside. Be steady. Keep the attention, the vritti, on Brahman. That I am that Brahman, that is the Mahavakyam. I am not this small being with these waves, these vrittis, and everything that is coming and going. This is just an experience out of Maya. These are mental modifications. That's not me. What is not me and what I am. Now, this is where this gets really, really interesting. It gets interesting in the sense that we want to be in that dimension of absolute freedom from the binding of the urmis, binding of bhai, shok, moha, all these things that we've been saying. We don't want all this thing inside our system. We want jivan mukti, we want liberation, we want ananda. We want to realize that. So of course, there is a direct one-step solution, and then there's a very long-winded solution. the long-winded solution is to keep analyzing where that bhai comes from, go to counselors, therapists, do all that kind of stuff. Long-winded, keep writing in workbooks and writing journaling and good stuff. All karo, karna chahiye. We do it also in our Angel Wing program, other programs. We do all these things. There's a long-winded solution to go beyond all of this. And Advaita Vedanta provides a one-step solution. It provides literally one-step solution. That I am not these vrittis. ये वृत्ति मैं हूं ही नहीं. तो क्या प्रश्न है इसमें? मैं इसका दृष्टा हूं. वेदरस, भगवान स्वामीनारायण. In Vedas, the very first paragraph, very first line of the second paragraph, after the salutation is done, Maharaj says that I am the drashta. He's talking about Advaita Vedanta there. I'm the watcher of the mind, of the vrittis. I'm not the mind at all. The mind is just a wave. It comes and goes. So many things come and go. So many experiences come and go. In a broader sense, all manovritti, mansik vritti, comes and goes. They're like literally like waves. They come and go, come and go, come and go. So the direct liberation is available in the present as we are sitting for dhyan. And what is the Advaitic dhyan? मैं ब्रह्म हूं, मैं दिव्य हूं, मैं आनंद हूं, मैं सच्चिदानंद हूं, मैं असंग हूं. This is called Atmanishta. It is still a mental activity to say these things. But when we say it with conviction and feel it with conviction, that is called solid Atmanishta. Nishta means belief. It's still a belief that I am the Brahman, I am pure consciousness, I am free from these vrittis. I have nothing to do with these vritti. Meri hai, main vritti rahe. Vritti is not me. This bhai is not me. But you know what happens, right? When the experience comes about, we get completely absorbed inside that. Okay. But a stage will come when our internal Shakti is evolved to such an extent where the unending stability, the unending substratum, the pure consciousness, as it reveals itself in the revelation, is called the transition from Atmanishta, to the Anubhav of the Atma. Aparoksha Anubhuti. It's the experience of the Atma. The word experience is not the right word really, but it's the revelation of the Atma. The Atma reveals that I am this. There's an incident in Vachanamrut that is described in Garada Pratham 25. Shriji Maharaj, meaning Bhagwan Swaminarayan, unke bahut bhakt the. And there were many female devotees also, there, Sankhya yogis and all, quite a few at that time. They're still there in some sects, it's different sects of Swaminarayan Sampradaya. Devotees meaning like renunciate devotees. So there was one devotee, her name was called Ladki Bai, Gujarati name. Last name Bhatt, B-H-A-T-T, Bhatt or something like that is a last name. And she was Samadhi Nishta. She used to go into Samadhi, this Yog Samadhi. And at one point, she went into Samadhi and she saw this massive, intense light. And then she started to scream, I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. Maharaj said to her, you are not burning, that is who you are. You are that intense luminosity. Then by the grace of the spiritual master, he says, you sit in Samadhi again, and I'm going to work, he because he's an enlightened being, he has that power to place people in Samadhi. So he put her in Samadhi. He says, I will now take you to the Muladhara Chakra. So then he said to her, you go into the Muladhara Chakra, waha Ganesh ji ka sthan hai. Go into that place and see the Atma from there. This is written in Garada Pratham 25, Vachanamrut. Kya amazing baat hai ye sab. And this actually is an actual incident like this. So she went inside there, and Shriji Maharaj said, even for those who have samadhi, who are so evolved and they are able to go into samadhi, even for them, this Atmanishta is necessary. That I am the Brahman, I am the Atma, I am not this physical body and this mind and all. This is just only a wave on the ocean. That's not who you are. And when we go into samadhi, when the mind dives into samadhi, because it's so deeply purified, right now I'm talking about yog samadhi, where the break happens into the turiyam avastha, one like Ramakrishna Paramahansa going into the samadhi, that kind of thing we're talking about. When a person goes into samadhi, they have transcendental experiences of all kinds. And particularly the Brahman, the revelation of the Brahman is indescribable. It is not, how can I say this? It is not a physical substance. It is existence, sat. It is chit. It is ananda. It is the substratum on which all of names and forms and bodies come and go, come and go, come and go. It is the non-dual substratum called the Nirakar Akshara Brahma. इसको चिदाकाश भी कहते हैं. वचनामृत गरुड़ा प्रथम 21, श्रीजी महाराज भगवान स्वामीनारायण, उन्होंने बहुत अद्भुत बात बताई है कि अक्षर के दो स्वरूप है. एक निराकार स्वरूप है, एक साकार स्वरूप है. And Advaita Vedanta is talking about that निराकार स्वरूप. कि ब्रह्म का निराकार स्वरूप है. आत्मा भी निराकार है, इसका कोई आकार नहीं है. So when the Atma and the Brahman are one, that is where Advaita Vedanta stops. Acharyas who came after Shankaracharya ji said that is not the end. That is just the beginning of the Lord. But that we will save that for another time. So let's stop here for now. It's very beautiful. Just one more point before we stop. The direct path is a continual awareness through Guru Krupa, Bhagavad Krupa, Bhagavad Darshan, that I am an unlimited being. I don't have any limitation. The bodies come and go. Mind, thoughts come and go. Feelings come and go. Experiences come and go. Urmis come and go. इसके साथ कुछ लेना देना नहीं. Functionally, yes. As needed to survive in the world, Vyavharika Satyam, Vyavharika level, yes. Up to that point only, that's it. और कुछ नहीं इसमें. इसमें क्या? And when we have this, when we are living with that tenacity, with that vision, with that bhav, with that nishta, then vairagya and jnana are going to lift the bird, the mumuksha, to the height of spirituality. Vairagya and jnana are the two wings that are going to lift the mumukshu. And then it's like the bird that is flying super high. I've seen some of those, I've said this before. You see some of those birds flying really high. They look so tiny. How they reach that height like that? Low-flying birds are one thing, but you see sometimes some birds are way up there, They're just cruising up there. They're just soaring. That is the mukta state. That is a liberated state. Right? So with that, let's stop here for today. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche Om Divalingaya Namaha Urdhavalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namaha Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha. Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu.